Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to my C++ series, and in today's video we're going to dive deeper into variables and do a little bit of some other stuff, so let's get right into it. To start, I'll just go over a few other things that you need to know about variables that I did not cover in the last episode. So first of all, sometimes you'll want to create a variable that you will never be able to change called a constant variable. An example of where you can use this basically is with the famous number pi. So for example, what we can do is say const like that, which is just a keyword for meaning that the variable will be constant. Then the type of variable, this one will be double because it includes decimals. And then pi is what we'll call it, and then equals 3.14 about. So now we have created a constant variable. Now something else I should mention is that the names that we have for variables have to meet certain requirements. For example, it can only include either letters, numbers, or underscores, and it must start with either a letter or underscore. Additionally, it can't be like a certain keyword that's already used for C++. Like we can't just name a variable like const or double or something like that. Now another cool little thing we can do is basically declare multiple variables at the same time, as long as they're the same type. To show an example, let's say I want to create a variable with, that's an integer called a. So we could do int a, and then we could say it's equal to 1. And then basically, let's say at the same time we want to declare a variable called b that's equal to 2. So we'll just separate them by commas like that, and then just say b equals 2, and finish it off with a semicolon. Now something we can do to basically show that the variables we just created work is output the sum of them, or like them added together. So what we can do is type in cout, which means we're outputting, and then the two arrows of course, and then a plus b. And then we could just get rid of all this other stuff for now, because that's from a different part. And so we'll just run the program. And you'll notice, in addition to hello world, which is just from before, it'll also return 3, which is the value of a plus b. Now, let's say we wanted to change b to 5, for example. So, say b equals 5. Now let's see what happens when we run this again. So now it shows 6. So these variables do indeed work. Okay, so now we're almost at the finish line. The last thing I'm going to teach you is basically how to make your own mini calculator. So it's not going to be the most advanced thing in the world, but it is surely interesting. So we're just going to backspace everything that's inside of the main function to start fresh. So basically the idea for this calculator is that when you run the program, you're prompted to enter 2 different numbers, and then the program will return the 2 numbers added together. You can also do a similar thing with multiplying them, just by changing the symbol, or dividing them, or even subtracting them. But for this specific example, I'll just be adding them. So to start out, we're going to declare 2 different variables, which are going to be the numbers we'll enter. So we'll say int x and y. So basically the calculator is going to say to type in a number. And then we're going to input our first number, which is just going to be x. And then it'll tell us to type in another number. And then next we're gonna input the other number, which is y, of course. And lastly, the calculator is gonna output the sum. So we'll say cout, the sum is. And then to include both text and a variable, we'll just use another set of symbols like that. And then we'll do x plus y. Now we're gonna run this to see what it does. So let's do this. Alright, so let's type in a number. Let's just do 4, for example, and then we can do 17 as the other one. You'll notice it'll print the sum is 21, which is 4 plus 17. So yeah, that's about it for this video, guys. Thanks as always for watching. But of course, make sure to fill out the SurveyMonkey down below, because that would help me immensely. But besides that, that's pretty much everything. So thanks again, and see you next time.